Hey, it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, and I'm glad you're here today. I hope your day is blessed and fantastically well. Mine sure is. It's a special episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Why is it a special episode of the Rundown with Ramon? Well, precisely because you're here today to participate in this episode of the Rundown with Ramon. And you know what I say if you're brand new to the Rundown with Ramon. You're going to know what I say right now. If you've been here for a while, then I'll share that with you right now. We're here for one reason and one reason alone, and that's to help you live your best life or start or grow your business. And I hope you're going to enjoy every single moment of the Rundown with Ramon today, because today, again, it's special because you're special, and I want you to know that you are special and you are appreciated. So let's dive into the Rundown with Ramon today and get started as we bring you this special edition. So we got a lot in store for you today, and we're going to cover one thing that's really, really important, and that's how can you turn a crisis into an opportunity. We're going to touch on that. We got some input from Seth Godin, who talks about how can I help. Did you know that personal decision drivers reportedly now surpass professional ones in B2B buying decisions? Speaker maker Sonos made a big mistake, but we're going to touch on today how they're overcoming and trying to compensate for and working around that mistake and what we can learn from it. How I transform my business by letting go of what? Low value tasks and focusing on high impact activities. USA Today writer Paul Davidson writes that many small businesses teeter as costs stay high while sales drop, and so much more. And again, good day, good day, good day. Those of you who are joining, glad you're here. So I want to touch on something that's very interesting, all about how we can handle, or in some cases, maybe we don't do it so well, how we can not handle a crisis. What happens if a crisis hits our life, and what can we do about it? I want to touch on this important topic today. And there's a few things I want to touch on. One, reassess your business model. Maybe a crisis happened and it's an opportunity to reassess your business model, how you're doing things. Maybe you should identify the weaknesses and adapt to change and market conditions. Number two, innovate and diversify. When you have a challenge face you, is this the time to innovate? Is this the time to diversify? Is it the time to develop new products or services that can help you? Are you embracing leveraging the power of digital technology as you should be doing? Are you one of those who are naysays and ignoring and not embracing it as you should be doing? What about building strategic partnerships? Are you collaborating with complementary businesses to share resources and expertise that they may have? Are you forming alliances? Are you focusing on the power of customer retention? How you can retain the customers you have, even in the midst of a challenge? What about your operations? Are you optimizing the operations in the midst of this challenge, using it as an opportunity to say, hey, how can we do this better? What can we do different, even in the midst of this challenge? What about investing in your team, leveraging the crisis, leveraging what's going on in your world to invest in your team, hiring better people, hiring the right people, being a better hirer? What about new funding opportunities? Yeah, you got a crisis, which is happening, but could this be the time to invest in new funding opportunities? And most importantly, really, are you learning from the setback? If the setback happened, the crisis happened, and you didn't learn from it, that's no great. Good day to you, Deborah. Glad you're here, Deborah Williams. Good day to you, Alexandria Nicole. Glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon. And one other little point here: are you planning for the future? That crisis is happening today, but what can we do to plan for the future? Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. And I want to touch on one more thing here, is that Seth Godin asks, how can I help? His input, his insight is always interesting to me. And here's what Seth Godin says. If you have a series of tasks to do, it's easier to ignore this question and simply get back to work. Doing the task is more efficient than coordinating the help. But if your work is a project, a bigger mission that involves making a change happen, it's much more productive to accept help. When we have a project, part of the work is to enlist others in figuring out how to make the change we seek. Enlist them on our mission of progress to help us move forward. Again, I'm glad you're here. My name is Ramon Ray, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, here to help you live your best life or start to grow your business. Got an interesting tidbit of interesting input today from an amazing thought leader, Tanya Karam, that I wanted to share with you today. Sit back, listen to this advice from Tanya Karam.
Power of the invisible. That part that I don't see, that if I could see it, I would be making more emotional and financial abundance. And that is what I do in this show called The Power of the Invisible. And it's this event where people come and make me questions, and I get tuned into that reality they cannot see, and I can channel that reality to them.
So I love this. We're going to touch on this aspect, which is really important, I think, the power of the invisible and how do we manifest, how do we get to where we want to be. Listen to this interview, listen to this input from Tanya Karam. Keep listening. Check this out. Here we go.
First of all, I would say, ask yourself every day for a vision you want for your life. It's like if you wake up every day and you stand up to fulfill a vision, you will feel you're going somewhere in your life. But if you don't have a vision, you will never know when you finished. You will never know. You won't know how am I doing. You won't know if I am scoring or not. So be prepared with a vision for your life. And if you don't like it, you can change it at any time.
Did you hear that? What's the vision for your life? Tanya Karam says, if you don't have a vision for your life, how will you even be able to measure success? How will you know where you're going? How will you know where you came from? How will you know you went? A vision for your life is so important. Good day to you, Karen. Glad you're here. A vision is absolutely important. Tanya continues. Listen to this.
But just create the vision. It's funny, that question, because even if I see people with millionaires, billionaires, or people that has no money at all, they always want to know things like, what am I not seeing that I would be creating more abundance? Because I feel I'm blocking it. I'm not sure how to create it. And the thing is, what is if I would be humble enough, if I were humble enough, what is the part that I'm missing? If I could see that part and I'm humble enough, would you be ready to listen?
Wow. The aspect of what I like about this is Tanya Karam says the aspect and the power of humility. Oftentimes we're not humble enough to receive what we need to receive to get to where we need to go. The power of humility, people, it's essential. Let's keep listening. Again, welcome to The Rundown with Ramon.
First of all, I don't judge them. I don't judge them even if they judge me, because I understand that it's very natural. I studied economics in a very important school. When I was 29, I started going blind and paralytic, completely out of the blue. There was no explanation, and I could think probably if I hadn't lived that on my own, probably I wouldn't have understood, first of all, the blessing that this storm in my life was bringing.
Did you hear that? Tanya went blind, and she said she found that there was power in the situation. She turned the crisis into an opportunity. She didn't let the situation she went through keep her down. Often we let the situations that life throws about us keep us down. Maybe your car crashed, or maybe like Tanya, you've gone through blindness, which is a big deal, but she's still pushing through it. Keep listening.
But that made me question very important things in my life, like, am I happy doing what I'm doing? if I could speak to somebody that showed me how could I serve more with my life, would I be doing this? And I believe that crisis, when we don't understand our power, we invite crisis to our lives. And that crisis was the best thing that happened in my life. So I understand perfectly well when somebody still doesn't believe in what I do or in this power of the invisible, because they're just inviting crisis to their lives. But sooner or later, we need that spiritual component in our life.
I think it's important to ask ourselves, are we inviting negativity? Are we inviting crisis? Are we inviting something into our life that we don't even realize it just because our mindset shift is not there? Are we inviting a crisis into our lives?
I would say be sure you're choosing. You're always choosing. Be very intentional in your life. We should be very intentional with our lives. And if you're not feeling you have the control of your life, just sit down, close your eyes, and start thinking, how can I be more intentional with my life, with the people I relate with the things I eat, with. I want to be intentional, and that will make you feel you're more under control of your own life, even with that little detail. Where do I want to go? I think I've been very much called into the States for Hispanic people that are living here. They ask a lot of help because, and I can understand that they don't end up feeling part of something really. And there's so much anxiety, there's so much comparison, there's so much I don't feel fulfilled with what
I wanted to pause you right there. Did you hear that? People feel anxiety. And second of all, people feel the aspect of comparison. When you keep comparing yourself to other people, you'll never feel like you've accomplished or gotten anything done because you're always comparing, Alexandria. You're always comparing Dana. You're always comparing Karen. You're always comparing Deborah. I do the same thing. That comparison jacks us up each and every time.
I'm doing. So my next step is being more in the States, but it doesn't matter actually where I am physically, because I think our greatest power here on earth is to have the opportunity to help someone else. And when you give permission yourself to shine with all your light, that is what you do. You give permission to other people also to shine with all their light.
I love that. Again, that was Tanya Karam. Tanya, thank you so much for sharing that insight with us. That was powerful. And I learned from that because oftentimes it's ourselves that keep us back from success. It's ourselves that keep us back from reaching the goals we need to reach. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep going on. Interesting tidbit of information. Ding, 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 ding. And I like that Alexandria says in the lack of feeling a sense of belonging creates anxiety. Alexandra Nicole, absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for being a part of the Rundown with Ramon. Karen says, I don't compare myself to anyone. Karen, good for you. I know I sure do. I have problems with that, and I'm sure many, many do. But Karen, thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon as well. Going on, ding, 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 ding. Personal decision drivers reportedly now surpass professional ones in B2B buying decisions. This is interesting. You think you're selling to a business. You want to sell carpet, you want to sell legal services, whatever you're selling to businesses. We have this moniker B2B. But did you know that the personal relationships that you have or you don't have influence the buying decisions quite a bit as well? So don't just think my business is selling a service to another business. No, it's the human relationship that is most important. It's the human connection that is absolutely powerful. If you're not seeking and purposely building relationships with your business counterparts, even though you're selling quote unquote B2B services, I would dare say you're limiting your business. The way to sell in business is not just by putting a business card out, not just your logo, because logos don't shake hands. Business cards don't shake hands. It's businesses that are run by people, and people have bias. People see you, people see what you're wearing, what you're not wearing, how you smell, how you don't smell, how you shake hands, how you show up. And that, in fact, impacts buying decisions. So I encourage you today, as you're selling into the corporate, into the business space, do seek to build authentic and genuine relationships as well with those you seek to serve. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. You can get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com as we seek to help you start your business or live your best life. Interesting tidbit here. Sonos, the famed maker of these specialty high-end speakers, had a disaster on their hands, the details of which are not important. But Sonos was selling speakers, and they had an app that launched, and the app went bad, didn't work out right, made people upset, and all kind of things happened. The result was a bug-filled release that has led to missed revenues and a layoff round of 100 people due to an app, because the speaker is all based on an app. So repercussions followed, and all kind of bad things happened. But Sonos is on track to own their mistake and let their customers know what they're going to do to solve it. Sonos laid following 7 commitments ranging from business platitudes like unwavering focus on the customer experience and demonstrate humility when introducing change, and on and on and on. 3 actionable items jump out from the list. The first, what Sonos is doing, is the appointment of an ombudsperson. This individual will effectively serve as a liaison between fellow employees and management. That's action. And they're going to have to re-earn trust. Sonos was a brand that many people valued and loved. Sonos says it's working to establish a customer advisory board wherein its user base can provide feedback to help shape and improve software and products before they're launched. Sonos writes, many of these initiatives are already underway and others will be implemented throughout the remainder of the year. Here's the bottom line. When you make a mistake in business, and we all will make a mistake in some shape or form in our business, it's so important to own the mistake, communicate with your customers, communicate with your team members, and let the world know what you're doing about it to remedy the solution. And the big word here, what are you going to do to re-earn trust? That is important. What will you do to re-earn trust? Once again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Trust is absolutely important. Ding, 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 ding. Moving forward here. How I transform my business by letting go of low-value tasks and focusing on high-impact activities. This is something that can trip up many business owners, and Chris Kiley writes this. Chris writes, low-value tasks can trap business owners in unproductive cycles, preventing them from focusing on high-impact activities that drive growth. Delegating, automating, and outsourcing non-strategic tasks frees up time for more important business activities and decisions and leads to increased revenue and sustainability. Letting go of control and empowering others to assume certain tasks can be difficult, but it's crucial for growing your business and achieving long-term success. If we want to grow, we can't be the boss that's doing all the things. We won't be serving our customers. We won't be serving our teams. We have to let it go. That's the way to growth. That is the way to long-term business success. Once again, my name is Ramon Ray. And if you want to grow your business, you're going to have to do what Chris did and let go of some tasks so you can focus on things that nobody else can do or things you do best, and let the team help you serve your customers by doing things that they do best. Interesting tidbit here. Ding, 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 ding. Many small businesses teeter as costs stay high while sales drop, writes USA Today's Paul Davidson. There's not much really to say about this little tidbit except to warn you that business is hard. Business is not easy. And as your expenses go up due to the rate of inflation or just due to whatever's making expenses on your end going up, make sure you're adjusting your prices accordingly. The last thing you want to do is sell a lollipop for $5 and it costs you $7 to make. That's an expensive lollipop. So make sure that you're still building a profitable business. Make sure you're communicating with your team. Make sure you're communicating with your customers. This is so important. How do you telegraph that? How do you communicate that to others, what you're doing or what you're not doing? The aspect of communication is absolutely so important. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I hope you've been enjoying this episode. I wanted to touch on two more things. This is a $1 billion thingamajiggy here, but it's about the power of AI. Lionsgate, this big studio behind John Wick and other deals, is signing a deal with an AI startup called Runway to take all their production information, put it into a language learning model, and enabling Lionsgate to make better films. OpenAI unveils a model that can fact check itself. I had another piece of news here to share with you as well. I think I just lost that news item, but that's okay. The point I want to make here, the point I'm trying to make is that AI is powerful. I know you've heard me say it. I know you heard other people say it, but I'm letting you know, I want every day you to start using AI in small ways, if you haven't already, and dip your toe into the waters of AI. You're going to find your competitor, your peers in business who are leveraging the power of AI are going to trounce you, move faster and better and easier, more productive and smarter than you if you're not on the AI bandwagon and using AI to advance your business. Listen, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm glad you're here today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Definitely check us out at zoneofgenius.com. As I always say, I want you to be clear on what you really, really, really want in life and in business. Be clear on it. That clarity is important. I like Claude. I like ChatGPT. No favorite tool. I like the tool that helps me get what I need to do, Alexandria. But I'm using Claude a lot because I do blogging. Be clear on what you really, really want. Ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? Some people don't want to be in business. Maybe they shouldn't be in business. Are you hungry enough to get to where you need to be? Are your prices set right? Are they premium or are they cheap? Do you have a mindset for business? And finally, as I say every episode, ask yourself this. What do you do best? What do you do best to get to where you need to be? This is a brand new day, brand new episode of The Rundown with Ramon, and I'm glad you took the time to be here. Go out and tell somebody that they matter. Go out and tell somebody that they care, because I want you to know that you care and you matter. Be blessed. And again, thanks for being here on The Rundown with Ramon.